Yes, Mata, you can start.
Hare Krishna. Pancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for joining today's session. Welcome to ISKCON of Silicon Valley's Wednesday evening Krishna Katha. Today we will be praying to Nrsimhadev. So we will discuss about prayers to Lord Nrsimhadev. Then we will sing prayers to Lord Nrsimhadev. Then we will read some prayers. Then we'll pray more. So it will be very simple. We'll all be praying to Lord Nrsimhadev. Recently, when we celebrated Nrsimha Chaturdashi in May, I remember His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj was reading from 5th canto, where the residents of Jambudvip, they're actually praying to Lord Nrsimhadev in Harivarsha. There, Prahlad Maharaj, his associates, and all the denizens over there, they are actually staying there, and they all to come together and they pray to Lord Nrsimhadev. And this prayer that we sing every day after the Namaste Nrsimhaya prayer, it's a very beautiful shloka there. It says, Om Namo Bhagavate Nrsimhaya, Namaste Jaste Jase, Aviravir Bhava, Vajra Nakha Vajradamshra Karmashayan, Randaya Randaya Tamo Grasa Grasa Om Swaha, Abhayam Abhayam Atmani Bhuvishtha Om Shram. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Nrsimhadev, the source of all power. O my Lord, who possesses nails and teeth just like thunderbolts, kindly vanquish our demon-like desires for the fruitive activity in this material world. Please appear in our hearts and drive away our ignorance, so that by your mercy we may become fearless in the struggle for existence in this material world. So in this beautiful prayer that's sung by Prahlad Maharaj and his associates to Lord Nrsimhadev, he is definitely asking for Lord's mercy and protection. And while reading purport, it is mentioned that one without being free from the material desire, one cannot be engaged into devotional service, and that is very difficult, actually, to be completely free from material desires. And it is mentioned that anukulena krishnanu kirtanam. So basically, whatever is favorable towards the devotional service, we should accept that, and whatever is not favorable, actually we should reject that. And it is mentioned that Shila, one second, I'm just gonna. And so Prabhupada mentions in the purport that whoever actually wants to become free of material desire actually should pray to Nrsimhadev, because Nrsimhadev killed Hiranyakashipu, who is the personification of material desire. Hiranya means gold and Kashipu means the soft bed, and that's what Hiranyakashipu all desired. So with this, we will discuss more about this topic after Jai Radha Madhava. So Prabhuji, please share Jai Radha Madhava. We will sing now Jai Radha Madhava. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha जय गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी यशोदनन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदनन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदनन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदनन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुनातीरा वनचारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी गोपीजन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदनन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदनन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदनन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुनातीरा वनचारी जय गिरिवरधारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. I'm going to share the slide.
Mataji, do you want me to share the Nrsimhadev slides? I can also share if you want.
Okay. Yeah, you can share, Prabhuji.
Okay, just a minute.
Yeah, that will be helpful, actually, so that I can.
Coming up.
What is that?
I'm saying the slides are coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, I just opened.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. So
you want to make it in slideshow, or this is fine?
This is fine because I think I will speak something and then we have to change it to next. Yeah, you can make it a slide also, like a full screen, if that works. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So this is a very beautiful picture of Nrsimhadev is very peaceful and very pleased with Prahlad Maharaj, and he is blessing Prahlad Maharaj with his lotus hand. There are many personalities who have prayed to Lord Nrsimhadev, and the context for today's prayers is about who are all the personalities. We can list some of them. We'll discuss that, and we'll specifically discuss about Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's prayer that he wrote praying to Lord Nrsimhadev. So before we go into the details, we will do the pranam prayers, which I also have in the same slides. So we can start with that. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। So I think I need.
Are you able to see the Rupa Pranam prayers?
I am able to see. I'm just getting my glasses. Okay. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminite Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Ti Namine Shri Varshavanavi Devi Daitaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuyo Jvala Premadya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Virudha Siddhanta Dvantaharini Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagyamurtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padambujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidanandanamini Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravirbhava Bhumi Swam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannathayate Namaha Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakhyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Surato Pangor Mama Manda Matir Gati Matsarvasva Padam Bhojo Radha Madana Mohano Divyat Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadha Srimad Ratnagara Simhasanastho Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo प्रेष्ठालिभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि श्रीमन्दासरसारम्भी वंशीवटतटस्थितः कर्षन्वेणुस्वनैर्गोपे गोपीनाथ श्रीस्तुना तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So can go to the next slide. So what we will be covering today as part of the this discussion is there are some notable reciting notable prayers. There is a section that we will read from the shastras, and why actually we are able to we should recite prayers. That it's a small section we'll read, and then we will actually discuss about how in Srimad Bhagavatam they were when Lord Nrsimhadev appeared after killing Hiranyakashipu, all the demigods actually tried to pacify the Lord with their prayers, and then finally Prahlad Maharaj was the one who was able to pacify the Lord. Then mode of prayer to Lord Nrsimhadev, and then we will go to the prayers by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So we can go to the next slide, and here I'm gonna read directly from this.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, did you tell me something?
No, nothing.
Okay.
I'm just going to read this. So this is a section from Nectar of Devotion. That's a book, summary study of Srila Rupa Goswami's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So in chapter 9, there's a one small section. It's called Stava Pata, basically reciting notable prayers. And it actually will read directly. According to great learned scholars, the whole Bhagavad Gita contains many authorized prayers, especially in the 11th chapter where Arjuna prays to the universal form of the Lord. Similarly, in the Gautamiya Tantra, all the verses are called prayers. Again, in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are hundreds of prayers to the Lord. So a devotee should select some of these prayers for his recitation. In the Skanda Purana, the glories of these prayers are stated as follows. Devotees whose tongues are decorated always with prayers to Lord Krishna are always given respect even by the great saintly persons and sages. And such devotees are actually worshipable by the demigods. Those who are less intelligent want to worship different demigods for some material gain rather than worship Krishna. But here it is stated that a devotee who is always engaged in offering prayers to the Lord is worshipable even by the demigods themselves. The pure devotees have nothing to ask from any demigod. Rather, the demigods are anxious to offer prayers to the pure devotees. In the Nrsimha Purana, it is stated, any person who comes before the deity of Lord Krishna and begins to chant different prayers is immediately relieved from all the reactions of sinful activities and become eligible without any doubt to enter into the Vaikuntha Loka. So before we go to the next slide, we stay here for a couple of minutes, just for maybe a few seconds. So prayer actually is an expression of a devotee's heart, and most of the time, prayer actually is a way to communicate to the Supreme Lord. And recently, Vaisheshika Prabhu last weekend he was mentioning that he received a visiting card from his godbrother, and it was written there. Um, um, the telephone number of God. And when you turn the card, and on the other side there was Mahamantra. So by chanting the Mahamantra, actually we are in a communication connection with the Lord. We are actually talking to the Lord. So Mahamantra is actually the all-inclusive prayer that as a Vaishnava devotees we know. So when we are praying to the Lord, it can be for many things. Recently, we went through a pandemic some few years, and we have been praying intensely for the protection of the devotees and to relieve all the suffering souls from this trouble that was caused by this big calamity actually. And there are a lot of souls that were lost, and we actually lost some gem of devotees as well. And we were praying intensely to Lord Nrsimhadev. So these prayers can be for protection, for asking for something that devotees may sometimes lie to have. But as a Vaishnava, actually the real prayer is only that, just like what Prahlad Maharaj says, that let there be no material desire within the core of my heart. And but when it comes to the protection, actually it is mentioned when Giraj Maharaj was speaking on the Shinga Chaturdashi in May, that when it is say Anya Bilashita Shunyam, means without any Anya Bilashita, means without any material desire, without any desire. So if anybody has no desire, then actually he can render devotional service. But Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur actually explains that Maharaj was mentioning this, that under certain circumstances, if a devotee actually feels danger or feels fearful, in such situation, actually he can seek protection and pray to the Lord. And that actually doesn't doesn't actually count under the some material desire. And it is part of the devotional service to actually if some danger is felt by the devotees, then definitely they should pray to the Lord for protection. So we can move to the next slide. So there are many prayers, and there are prayers to the Lord, and there are prayers to the Lord's weapons. In some Puranas, there are prayers to Lord's weapons like chakra, his club, and his conch shell, like his weapons. I remember Gandharvika Mataji, of one of our dear ISKCON devotees, she used to tell me a lot of stories of Alvars. They are actually the saints of Tamil Nadu. And she told me that some of them are actually incarnations of Lord's weapons. And they came as a devotee, and then they became great acharyas. They wrote a lot of prayers, very beautiful, pure-hearted prayers to the Lord. So Lord's weapons are also, they are also persons. They are actually non different than the Lord. They are expansions of the Lord. And actually prayers can be offered to Lord's weapons also. There is a section in Srimad Bhagavatam 9th canto where Amrish Maharaj prays to Lord Sudarshan Chakra. Now Amrish Maharaj is not praying to the Sudarshan Chakra for his protection, but actually he is praying Sudarshan Chakra to not to do any harm to Durvasa Muni. So, but in those prayers, he actually glorifies Sudarshan Chakra also, that how the Sudarshan Chakra is actually all powerful, all effulgent, Lord's weapon. So Lord's weapon actually is glorified, and he's praying to Sudarshan Chakra. There is one pastime in this regard about prayers to the Lord's weapons. I was listening His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj's memories. For those who don't know Maharaj, he is one of Srila Prabhupada's disciples, and um, he was a pure devotee. He actually contributed immensely. It immensely will be a very small word for what he has done as a service to Srila Prabhupada and as ISKCON as a institution, or spreading the Krishna consciousness. There was at one point there was somebody had made a court case against ISKCON, and claiming the property of the ISKCON, something like that. And His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj was in Mumbai with Narayan Maharaj from Gaudiya Mutt. He is one of the Maharajas. And they were in Mumbai. They would deal with the lawyers and go to the court and go through this process. And that time, every morning, before they head out for all the proceedings of the day, Tamal Krishna Maharaj would every morning go in front of, in Jew temple, there is a Radha Ras Vihari, there is Ram Lakshman Sita Hanuman, deities are also there, and Gornitai deities are there. So Maharaj would go in front of Ram Lakshman Sita deities, and he would intensely stand there, and he would intensely be praying and meditating there. And every single day he would do that before heading out for the day's proceedings. And while this was happening, Narayan Maharaj, actually from Gaudiya Mutt, and Maharaj always, proponent of Vraja Bhakti, and we should pray to Krishna. And one day he asked Tamal Krishna Maharaj that we are Vraja Bhaktas, we are Vraja followers. So how is that you're praying to Sita Ram? And then he said we should pray to Krishna. Narayan Maharaj said that to Tamal Krishna Maharaj, and Tamal Krishna Maharaj turned to Narayan Maharaj, and he looked into his eyes and he said, I am actually praying to Lord Rama's and Lord Lakshmana's weapons. And because the situation, it is for protection. That's what he said. And Narayan Maharaj was struck. He was struck with like, wow, like so much deep prayer he's doing for the protection of the whole institution, and so that the spreading of Krishna consciousness can go without any hindrance, and this anartha should be this obstacle should be taken away. So he's praying to the weapons of the Lord. So we can go to the next slide. So the prayers to the Lord, Supreme Lord, directly, there are in Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, for those who have Bhagavatam, and for those who are not aware, this is Srimad Bhagavatam written by Srila Vyasadeva. There are 18,000 shlokas, and there are 12 parts to it. In the 7th canto, there is a very beautiful story of Nrsimhadev about the Lord's, this particular incarnation of the Lord that we are discussing. And there, when the Lord appears, so there is there's a very detailed description about how the Lord appears. So when the Lord appears from the Stambha, he has killed Hiranya Kashipu, and he is still angry. The Lord is very angry. He has very red, fiery eyes, his whole body, his hair is standing on end. And Lord, actually, his appearance is half man, half lion. Upper part of his body is actually lion. And he has killed Hiranyakashipu with his very sharp nail, and all his hands are red with blood. And he has put the garland of his intestines around himself. He garlanded himself with Hiranyakashipu's intestine. So he took Hiranyakashipu on his lap. He tore apart his, chest, and he took out his heart, and threw away his heart, and then he pulled out the intestines, and he garlanded himself. Other places when other incarnations, when the Lord appears, there is a lot of welcoming of the Lord, and the demigods are very happy. They are offering flowers, they're offering garlands to the Lord, they're coming to the Lord, they're offering obeisances on his lotus feet, they're offering him a seat. But when the Lord Nrsimhadev appeared, he is so ferocious, he's so angry, and everybody is actually afraid to go near him, what to speak of welcoming him, garlanding him. Lord Nrsimhadev garlanded himself with the intestines of the Hiranyakashipu, the demon. So he is also called Antramali. Antramali is the intestines, and Mali means the one who's wearing that garland. And he's actually licking the blood on his, around his face. He has very sharp tongue with spikes on it, sharp teeth, and even though the demon is killed, he's still angry. He's still angry because the demon had offended the Lord. So sorry, the Lord's devotee. That's why the Lord was still not able to be be pacified, even the he was the demon was killed. And you see in Bhagavatam it is mentioned, this list of the great personalities: Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, King Indra, Rishis, Pitara, Siddhas, Vidyadharas, Nagas, Manus, Prajapatis, Gandharvas. These are all the different personalities staying in different planets. Charanas, Yakshas, Kim Purushas, Vaitalikas, Kinnaras, and Vishnu Parshadas, they are all coming and they are praying to the Lord. And what are their prayers? We are not going to go into the detail what they prayed, but in a short summary, actually, they are praying from a very long distance, and they are saying, "My dear Lord, you have done such a big favor upon us by killing this demon. He had obstructed all our routine of our rituals and our prayers and our the duties that we were doing. And by killing him, now you have freed us to freed us, and we can go back to our routine." That's how they are praying. So Lord Shiva is also saying that, "My dear Lord, the demon is now killed, but your anger is still just like as if annihilation is about to come. Why are you still so angry?" Like Lord Shiva is praying like that. So and then Pitaras, they are saying that this demon was so fearful that actually we forgot to meditate about you. The different personalities are praying like this. "My Lord, we forgot about him. Always we were meditating on Hiranyakashipu, how terrifying he was. We were so scared." And um, he actually took away our pinda. Pinda means the offering. The different living entity, the humans, they do this offering of pinda for the forefathers, and it goes to Pitaras. So Pitaras said that all this Hiranyakashipu ate all our offerings, and we were not able to get any of it. By killing him, you are actually now we get back to our offering. We can actually get our offerings back. Like that, they are praying. And then there are other siddhas are praying that Hiranyakashipu banned all our siddhis. He banned siddhis, means they were not able to make use of whatever perfections of they have gotten through their tapa. So like this, they are all praying. We can go to the next slide. But Lord is not pacified at all with all these prayers. I just want to stop. I hope everybody is with me. Is everything audible and is able to There's nothing confusing here, right? It's audible and visible properly.
Just a minute, Mataji. Let me just quickly check if someone has any questions online.
Okay. I think I have to speak down.
Ayushi Mataji is saying all glories to A.G. Kameshwari Devi. Dasi.
Hare Krishna, Ayushi. Thank you for
Okay.
joining.
We
Okay.
don't have any questions, Mataji.
Okay. So if anything goes like sound or anything, just let me know. If yeah, so we can go to the slide before this. And so then all the demigods, all these personalities are actually praying, but Lord is still not pacified. So there's one more slide before this. And if you see this picture, actually there is a Garuda, Hanumanta, the Vishnu Parshadas, the Vishnu Dutas flying. There is Lord Shiva, Brahma, everybody is there standing, and they are folded hands. And Lord Nrsimhadev is so angry. He actually appeared with 16 hands, and he's still angry. So after killing the demon, after killing his whole army, the Lord there is nobody to kill now. All his devotees are standing there. The Lord is just looking around, very angry mood, and he's standing there. So the Lord is not pacified by the prayers of the demigods, because their prayer was just about thanking the Lord, that thank you for relieving us of this burden and killing the demon. Now we can go back to our duties. And that's where it stopped. Actually, at this moment, when the Lord is still not pacified, Lord Brahma goes to Lakshmi Devi and he says, "My dear mother, he's your husband. um, I'm sure you will be able to pacify him. And the demigods pray to Mother Lakshmi and they say, you please go and pacify him, he's your husband. And Lakshmi Devi looks at the Lord. She thinks for a moment and she says, he's my husband, but I have never seen him like this. His mood is completely different. He's very angry and I'm very afraid of him. He said, I don't think I can pacify him. That's what Lakshmi Devi says. Actually, Lakshmi Devi always stays with Nrsimhadev on his planet, but it is the Leela Shakti of the Lord, which, because the credit is, glories has to be given to Prahlad Maharaj. This is how the Leela is happening. Of course, the Lakshmi Devi has seen the Lord, but she's by Leela Shakti, she's afraid of the Lord's this ferocious form. And then Brahmadev says, my dear Prahlad, Lord has appeared just for you, for your sake, and to save you. He has killed your demoniac father now. He's still very, very angry. All of us, we don't know how we can satisfy him. Since he has appeared for you, definitely he will be pacified with your prayers. Please go and try to pacify the Lord. And then when Prahlad Maharaj hears from Brahmadev like this, and he says, so as you wish, my dear Lord, he says, and he very humbly approaches the Supreme Lord. And when Nrsimhadev sees Prahlad approaching, Prahlad Maharaj goes and he offers prostrated obeisances in front of Nrsimhadev. Nrsimhadev actually sits on the throne of Hiranyakashipu. Nobody offered him a seat, nobody offered him a garland, but Lord himself, he sat on a seat, he took the garlands of intestine and he's sitting there. And Prahlad offered a prostrated obeisances, and Nrsimhadev was so pleased to see Prahlad Maharaj. And with so much mercy, he actually picked up Prahlad Maharaj with his two hands, and he made him stand up, and he put his hand on his head, lotus hand. How lotus hand is so cooling. If it's like a full lotus. If you just imagine, if there's a flower offered to the Lord, and if you put it on your eyes, it is so cooling, and imagine the Lord's cooling lotus like hand on Prahlad Maharaj head. And Prahlad Maharaj is so feeling very blessed. And he didn't mention that um, uh, Prahlad Maharaj, all the impurities were gone, but there were Prahlad Maharaj didn't really have any impurities, but Lord's hand is so powerful; it's all purifying. That is the glorification of Lord. And then Prahlad Maharaj offers the prayers to the Lord. Prahlad Maharaj prayers are actually very, very beautiful. We are not going to go to all the prayers. That probably we can do another session sometime to go through the beautiful prayers of Prahlad Maharaj. But Prahlad Maharaj says that, my dear Lord, I am actually from a demoniac family. I'm born as a demon, and all these great personalities couldn't pacify you. Who, a demon, small demon like me? What I can pray to you? What intelligence do I have to say anything to you or say some nice words to you? With a very humble mode, Prahlad Maharaj is saying to this to Nrsimhadev, and Nrsimhadev. Nrsimhadev is listening, and Prahlad Maharaj is the whole mood of his prayers of Prahlad Maharaj is that, my dear Lord, all I want is pure devotion unto you. I am not desiring any boon. I am not a Vanik to ask you something in exchange. I just want your devotees association, and I want love and devotion for you. And if at all you want to give me any benediction, then it should be only love and devotion to you. We can go to the next slide. So basically, that's what pleases the Lord. The devotees' prayers of surrender from his heart. That is the difference between what was prayed by all the different personalities and what was prayed by Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is praying, I want love and devotion unto you. And then he says that I am actually, he not only praying for himself, he actually also praying for the other living entities. He says that I'm worried about all the living entities who are immersed in materialistic ways of life. And my dear Lord, kindly, please, please be merciful upon them also, and make some, kind mercy on them and deliver them also. And this is actually the mood of a devotee who wants to deliver other souls along with himself. So Prahlad Maharaj actually, when he goes to school, he went to school, he used to preach to his schoolmates about, we should leave these demoniac ways of life and please chant Krishna's name. And this all this desiring for all the opulences and high education and for all the comforts, all this success, material success, this is all temporary. This is nothing. We should all surrender to Lord Vishnu. That's how Prahlad Maharaj actually prayed to his demoniac school friends, who were all the kids and sons of the demon family. So Prahlad Maharaj actually prayed for him. He prayed for others, and that is the beauty of Prahlad Maharaj. And actually, this is how all the acharyas, Srila Prabhupada, they actually not only think about themselves, but they actually come out, take all the discomforts of this world to go around the world and to preach Krishna consciousness, so that everybody, all the souls, they get a chance to become Krishna conscious, to hear about Krishna. One time somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, you are a renunciate, you are Swamiji, you are a renunciate, and you can just do your bhajan in Vrindavan or somewhere. Why do you, go in these luxury cars, and then why do you go in aeroplanes and roam around the whole world in different countries? And then Prabhupada said that, I go around the world in different countries so that, the different jivas, all of you don't have to go through different species of life and different births. So, yeah, Prabhupada could have done his bhajan sitting in Radha Damodar temple and be happy, but he had a compassion heart for the whole world, and he wanted to fulfill the desire of his Guru Maharaj. We'll go to the next. And Prahlad Maharaj's prayers are so heart melting, and Nrsimhadev is very much pacified, and he is peaceful, Nrsimhadev, and happily, mercifully glancing over Prahlad Maharaj. And it is said in Bhagavatam, this is not Nrsimhadev is saying to Prahlad after hearing from Prahlad Maharaj's prayers, Ya etat kitayen mayam tvaya gitam idam naraha tvam cha mam cha smaran kale karma bandhat pramuchate. One who always remembers your activities and my activities also, and who chants the prayers you have offered, becomes free in due course of time from the reactions of material activities. So, Nrsimhadev is actually saying that Prahlad Maharaj's prayers are so pleasing to him. He is saying that whoever will remember my activities and your activities, and whoever will recite your prayers, actually will become free, free from all the material reactions of material activities. This is the boon offered by the Supreme Lord Nrsimhadev himself. For in honor of these prayers. Next, we can go next. And is praying to Krishna, is it not enough? These actually points are very beautifully. I was hearing one lecture by His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj, and he brought up these points and he very beautifully explains this. I'll just try to cover. So his holy name, his prayer to Krishna is not enough to protect us. So Krishna, just protect, just pray to Krishna, right? And why that is not enough? Why we have to pray to Nrsimhadev? And the Maharaj explains is that actually Krishna himself takes these different forms. So he actually takes the form according to the bhava of a devotee and according to the leela that is happening. There was when the first incarnation Matsya, right, when all the flood came, the flood of inundation came, then a flood is all water, so Lord became actually a fish according to, because he can swim in the waters, and he saved all the living entities, the rishis and the different seeds and everything like that. And then when the earth was immersed into the ocean, then Lord, to find the earth, actually he become Shukar, the boar. The boar actually can sniff and he can find the object. They can sniff and they find the object. So he became the boar because he had to find the earth from the ocean. So like that, different bhavas, and I also as per the devotees bhava, because when Hiranyakashipu the demon, he was asking Prahlad, where is your God? Is he here? Is he there? And where are you getting all this strength? And Prahlad said, wherever you are getting your strength from, I am, that's where actually I'm also getting my strength, and you're also getting your strength from there only. And then he said, is your Lord here in this pillar? And he says, Prahlad sees at the pillar, he sees the Lord there. And he said, yes, he is there. And then and Lord actually appeared there to, and he's everywhere, but actually to make the Prahlad's words true, he actually appeared there. And then he appeared half man, half lion, because I'm assuming everybody knows this story, but just for those who don't know, actually Hiranyakashipu asked for a boon, that he should not be killed by a man or an animal, not in the day, in the night, not by a weapon, or not in the water, not in the earth. And he asked boons like this, because when he asked Brahma that I want to become immortal, I want this boon, and Brahma said, actually I myself I am not immortal, I can't give you this boon. And then Nrsimhadev said, okay, fine, we make this, all these conditions he signed. And he said, no animal, no man, because no animal made me, because Hiranyakashipu's brother Hiranyaksha was killed by an animal incarnation of the Lord, like boar. So then he thought Vishnu can become an animal. Okay, no animal, no man, all these conditions he put, and he thought that he's gonna become immortal. But actually, Lord, he's neither an animal, he's not a man. He didn't kill with the weapon, he killed with his sharp nails. And like this, he appeared. So actually, the Lord is, even though he has appeared in this form, he's Krishna himself, taking a different form. So by praying to this form of the Lord who has appeared for a certain protection of the devotee, actually doesn't mean he's a different person. We are actually praying to Lord Krishna himself. That's what Maharaj actually mentioned. And then, is Harinam not enough to protect? Why we have to chant the different mantras to, different prayers to for our protection? Then Maharaj actually mentioned that uh, the the faith in the holy name. Not everybody has full faith in the holy name. Especially think about, I can speak for myself, how much faith we have in the chanting of the holy name. When we are chanting the holy name, we know that the Lord's name is non-different than the Lord himself. So when we are chanting Krishna, Krishna is present there. But when we are chanting, sometimes we are so tired. I am sometimes, I am thinking of something else, or sometimes I may fall asleep. So that is an indication actually. So we don't have, if we really have so much firm faith, then all this negligence wouldn't happen. So not everybody actually at the state of having the full faith in the holy name. And then they actually, it actually also, second thing is that devotee gets attracted to certain leela of the Lord when the Lord protected his devotees from dangers, and then they want to pray to that particular form of the Lord. And that's when Nrsimhadev's name comes in Nrsimhadev, how he protected his devotee like that. So we go to that particular form of the Lord. And then Vaikuntha Bhava and Raja Bhava. So why we Nrsimhadev, Maharaj says Nrsimhadev is actually Vaikuntha Bhava, right? But we are all the Vraja Bhakti followers, and we should pray to only Krishna. Why should pray to Nrsimhadev? Then the answer to that question is actually the prayer by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. We can go to the next slide. And this particular prayer comes from the book called Navadvipa Bhava Taranga. This book is a Bengali 168 verses written in Bengali by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur is one of our acharyas in the parampara, and he is the pure devotee of the Lord. He has written so many bhajans that we sing, in our daily prayers. So Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur has written these Bengali prayers, and this is composed way back at the time of Thakur's days, 1899, and it describes the Sri Navadvipa Dham, different places actually. So in this book there are 5 prayers dedicated to Lord Nrsimhadev, and it actually prays to Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying to Lord Nrsimhadev, and is praying to remove all the obstacles and make him be able to situated in the love and devotion of Radha and Krishna. So praying to Nrsimhadev is actually, it's not just about removing some material obstacles or something. Actually, it is about Bhakti Vigna Vinasha Nrsimha. He is actually Bhakti Vigna Vinasha. He removes obstacles in the path of Bhakti. And then we can be able to do our loving devotion to Radha and Krishna, be able to attain that. That is the prayer done for Nrsimhadev, to attain the love of Radha and Krishna. Actually, so that's the answer actually why we pray to Nrsimhadev. It's not about Rajabhava, Vaikuntha. Actually, it's ultimately it is a devotion to Krishna, asking the devotion to Krishna. We move to the next. So this is the prayer. So we will sing these prayers. Before we sing the prayers, we will just go through this beautiful translation. Within my sinful heart, the 6 enemies headed by lust perpetually reside, as well as duplicity, the desire for fame, plus sheer cunning. At the lotus feet of Lord Nrsimha, I hope that he will mercifully purify my heart and give me the desire to serve Lord Krishna. Next. Hare Krishna. We can go to the next slide. Weeping, I will beg at the lotus feet of Lord Nrsimha for the benediction of worshipping Radha and Krishna in Navadvipa, perfectly safe and free from all difficulties. When will this Lord Hari, whose terrible form strikes fear into fear itself, ever become pleased and show me his mercy? Next. Please pay attention to the translation. Even though Lord Nrsimha is terrifying toward the sinful souls, he offers great auspiciousness unto the devotees of Lord Krishna, headed by Prahlad Maharaj. When he will be pleased to speak words of compassion unto me, a worthless fool, and thereby make me fearless. Next. He will say, Dear child, sit down freely and live happily here in Sri Gauranga Dham. May you nicely worship the divine couple and may you develop loving attachment for their holy names. By the mercy of my devotees, all obstacles are cast far away. With a purified heart, just perform the worship of Radha and Krishna, for such worship overflows with sweet nectar. It's very beautiful prayer. Um, Saying this, will that Lord delightedly place his own divine lotus feet upon my head? I will experience sublime love for the loving couple, Radha and Krishna, undergo, I will experience sublime love for the divine couple, Radha Krishna, and undergo the ecstatic transformations called Sattvika. Falling on the ground, I will roll about at the door of Sri Nrsimha's temple. Next. So we will just discuss these verses quickly before we sing it. We can go to the next slide. So, Idushta Hridaye Kama, Adhirupu Chaya. So basically, in this first verse, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying that please cleanse my heart. Please cleanse my heart. There are these 6 enemies. They are actually staying there for time immemorial. I'm serving them. They become my masters. I'm serving them, and they don't pay any attention to me. I have just become like a fool servant to them. And he's saying, kindly, please, kindly purify my heart. And he's asking for this. So here in this particular verse, actually, when Vaisheshika Prabhu was explaining, he was mentioning this verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kama. I need my glasses again. Very beautiful verse. Kamadinam katina katino katida palita durnideshas tesham jata maina karunana trapa nopashanti utsrud utsrujaitan athayadupate sampraptam labdha buddhis tvam ayata sharanam abhayam mam niyungshvatmadase. He's saying, my Lord, there is no limit to the unwanted orders of the lusty desires. Although I have rendered these desires so much service, they have not shown any mercy upon me. I have been ashamed to serve them, nor I have ever desired to give them up. O my Lord, O head of the Yadu dynasty, recently, however, my intelligence has been awakened, and now I am giving them up due to transcendental intelligence. I now refuse to obey the unwanted orders of these desires, and I now come to you to surrender myself at the fearless lotus feet. So basically, the prayer is about cleansing the heart and remove all these enemies within my heart. And actually, we always think that Lord Nrsimhadev protects from prayer, from the enemies, from dangers. Actually, they all these 6 durgunas that mentioned is a chaya. It is mentioned, right? The ripu chaya. Ripu means the enemy. Chaya means the 6. This is Bengali. Bengali verse, right? So basically, there are these 6 Durgunas sitting in my heart. They are actually within us, and there is a prayer to the Lord actually to cleanse our heart and be able um, to be able to um, serve the Lord and be able to fix in the devotion of the Lord. That's what he is praying for. Now, if we think about I'm just gonna see if there was one more verse that I wanted to quote here, but I don't think I have time. Okay, so there are a lot of important points in this one that um, we have to be serious about giving up the anarthas. Recently, one of the classes I asked Vaisheshika Prabhupada, so of course we pray for, the anarthas. He was speaking about the anarthas, right? So one time, I will go to the details. So I asked how we can actually get rid of the anarthas that are there for a long time. And then Vishnu Prabhu said that we have to pray and you have to be sure. Are you sure? You have to be sure that you want to get rid of this anartha. You have, so you don't come in your own way, because sometimes you really want to enjoy things. You examine your own heart and check what is going on there. You have to be serious. You have to be sure that yes, I want to get rid of them. Then you give your heart to Krishna, and then he will take care. He will take care, and then he will actually do this cleansing of the heart. So Vaishya Prabhu was mentioning that we have to put our heart, nishtha means putting the heart into a firm ground where the ground doesn't move, because there are a lot of things that keeps changing in this material world, and things keep, but the nishtha means the firm ground is where actually shraddha, where we put our heart, is the loving devotion to the Lord. So then next is actually Kandiya Nrsimhapade. So basically crying for the Lord. How we cry for the Lord is like a baby. Kandiya Nrsimhapade. Kandiya Nrsimhapade. Magibo Kakhana. Basically, we are to cry. So of all the kids, if there are like there are many kids, but the kid that who always is crying, he seeks most attention of the mother. Like that, if we cry for Krishna, then we actually, that's how baby cries. Prabhupada actually explains we have to cry like a baby crying for mother, like that. Then we can able to grab attention of Krishna. And Vaishika Prabhu actually mentioned Kandiya and Nrsimhapade. So basically, we are asking in this particular verse the loving devotion for Radha and Krishna, right? So he says that at ISV we actually have this Navadvipa Dham. He was mentioning because our Mahaprabhu is like Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu, and then we have Radha and Krishna, and we have Nrsimhadev. So we actually, if we follow what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying in this verse, in these prayers, then actually we are actually rightly situated in the Navadvipa Dham itself. And Nrsimhapalli is a very beautiful place there. One of the dams where in the Navadvip Dam, one of the temples of the Lord Nrsimhadev, where we can visit and take darshan there. That's where Lord Nrsimhadev actually appeared. He went there after killing Hiranyakashipu, and there is a lake where he bathed himself, washed his blood hands, and bathed himself. So that Nrsimhapalli is there, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually every morning he would from his balcony would see that there is a dust of cloud going from Nrsimhapalli all the way to the Yoga Pit uh, for Mangalarti, that is the morning prayers. And then Bhaktivinoda Thakur one day he realized that actually this is Nrsimhadev going every day morning for attending the morning prayers Mangalarti to Yoga Pit, the Lord Gauranga's temple, the birthplace of Lord Gauranga. And basically Nrsimhadev is not he is part of the Gaura Lila, Krishna Lila everywhere. So that's the so we can go to the next, and Yadyapi Bhishana Murti. So basically, the Lord, we're not going to read these shlokas because I'm going fast now. We actually, the Yadyapi Bhishana Murti Dushta Jiva Prati. Lord's, the form is very, very fearful. He's ferocious. And he's ferocious, his long teeth, long nails, blood hands, Antramali, the intestine garlands, and he looks very ferocious. Yadyapi Bhishanamurti Dushta Jiva Pratipat. When this form is seen by um, a demon, then actually he's scared. He's scared to see this form. But Praladati Krishna Bhakta Jane Bhadrati. But if the devotee is followed by, Prahlad Maharaj, headed by Prahlad Maharaj, they see this Lord's form, they feel this is very auspicious form. He is actually removing the obstacle in the bhakti. He's killing the demon. He's killing the demonic tendency. That's what the devotees feel. So that is the prayer Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually is praying. And it is also mentioned that when Nrsimhadev took out the heart of, he plucked the heart of Hiranyakashipu after tearing his chest, and he looked at the heart, and he looked for a moment, and he thought, where did these impurities come upon you in your heart? Because Hiranyakashipu is none other than Jai Vijaya. They are actually the servants of the Lord, and he becomes, demon, in different pastimes for the Lord because of the curse. And then this is just the Lord's Leela, but they are originally devotees and they become demon in this particular pastimes in this birth. Next. And Swachhande Baisohe Vatsa. Basically, the Sri Gauranga Dhame, Swachhande Baisohe Vatsa Sri Gauranga Dhame. And you worship Radha and Krishna. This prayer by Bhaktivinoda Thakur is nothing different than what Tulsi Maharani we pray. Ei nivedana dharo, sakhir anuvata karo, seva adhikara diye karo nijara. And then basically even the Guru Ashtakam Nikunja Yuno Rati Keli Siddhya Yaya Lekhi Yukti Nirapeksha. So spiritual master is also always engaged in serving the pastimes of the Lord, Radha and Krishna. Next. So basically, prayer is about serving Lord Radha and Ai boli kabei mora mastaka upare. After, and how, when will this Lord be very merciful upon me and put his lotus feet on my head and, be merciful upon me, deliver me, and give me this devotion to Radha and Krishna, and give me the residence in Navadvipa Dham, and be able to do this bhakti without any obstacles. All the obstacles should be gone far, far away by your Lord. And when will he say, my dear child, sit here peacefully in Navadvipa Dham and you worship Yugala Bhajana, you worship Radha and Krishna and stay here peacefully, happily. That is, when will my Lord do that, putting his feet on my head? We'll go to the singing of the prayers on the beginning of the slide where the prayer is starting. I don't know what happened, so it's 8:20 already. Govinda. Yeah, so keep going back. Yeah, this is the first slide. We'll sing the prayers. He dushta hridaye kama adiri puchaya putinadikatishtasa tatratya sadaraya. He dushta hridaye kama adiri puchaya kutinadikatishtasa shatrasadaraya. Hridaya sodhanara Krishnera vasana Vishnacharane Ito kamana Hridaya sodhanara Krishnera vasana Vishnacharane eito kamana. Kamiyan shingapade magibo kakana nirapade navadvipe yugala vajana. Kamiyan shingapade magibo kakana nirapade navadvipe yugala bhajana. Bhaya bhaya paeya darshani se hari prasanna hoibo kare more doya kori. Bhaya bhaya paeya darshani se hari hoibo kare more doya kori. Yadyapi bhishana murti dushta jiva krati praladadi Krishna bhakta jane bhadrati. Yadyapi bhishana murti dushta jiva prati praladadi Krishna bhakta jane bhadrati. कबे वा प्रसन्न होये सकृपा वचनी निर्भया करिबे मूढ़ अकिंचने. कबे वा प्रसन्न होये सकृपा वचनी निर्भया करिबे मूढ़ अकिंचने. स्वच्छंदे बैसा हे वत्सा श्री गौरंग धामे युगल भजन हौ रति हौ नामे. स्वच्छंदे बैसा हे वत्सा श्री गौरंग धामे युगल भजन हौ रति हो नामे. मम भक्त कृपा बले विघ्नजा विदूरा शुद्ध चित्ते भजो राधा कृष्ण रस पूरा. मम भक्त कृपा बले विघ्नजा विदूरा शुद्ध चित्ते भजो राधा कृष्ण रस पूरा. हे बोली कबे मोरा मस्तक उपारा प्रियाशी चरण हर्षे दोरिबे ईश्वर. हे बोली कबे मोरा मस्तक उपारा प्रियाशी चरण हर्षे दोरिबे ईश्वर. अमनी युगला प्रेमे सात्विका विकारे दयालुटिबो आमी श्री नृसिंह द्वारे. अमनी जुगला प्रेमे सात्विका विकारे दयालुटिबो श्री नृसिंह द्वारे. हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Lakshmi Narahari Jaya Lakshmi Narahari Jaya Lakshmi Narahari Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Bhakti Vigna Vinashana Nrsimhadev Bhagavan ki Jai Bhakta Shiromani Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol Hare Krishna. So before we take questions or comments, I just wanted to mention that this beautiful bhajan was sung by His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu probably 7-8 years back during Nrsimha Chaturdashi. He introduced it in ISV during Nrsimha Chaturdashi, and I loved this bhajan. All the devotees loved it. It's a beautiful bhajan, and by hearing from Prabhu, I just learned how to sing this bhajan and yeah, the beautiful meaning of the bhajan. So thank you so much, everyone, for kindly bearing with me. Now we can open for any questions and comments. We have a couple of minutes.
Hare Krishna, Kameshwari Mataji, very wonderful presentation and very wonderful lecture and very wonderful singing. Let me quickly check if there are any online comments. And till then, the people in Zoom, if they have any questions, they can unmute and ask question or comments, anything. Meanwhile, let me go and check online.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Yeah.
So, Mataji, and okay, someone has. Okay. Yuval Prabhu is saying that thank you, Mataji. So this was really particularly, you are right. The Bhakti Vinod Thakur's the first verse actually in that, right? The first verse itself sort of summarizes many verses which Prahlad Maharaj actually sings to Nrsimhadev, right? I was just thinking that they are all thanking Nrsimhadev, and Nrsimhadev might be thinking that you guys are like all demigods, so powerful, and this little boy, he suffered so much, right? And you guys simply accepted whatever Nrsimhadev said. You could have done the same thing what Prahlad Maharaj did, right? Just keep chanting the holy names and stood your ground, that you will be protected. Right? Probably he got, I mean, that is what I think, he got angry and angry with, right? He was probably not angry with Hiranyakashipu, because Hiranyakashipu was born to do that task. He was probably angry with the demigods for the right reason, that you are devotees also, you are also devotees, right? But how come, you are so fearful of Hiranyakashipu? And look at that little boy, right? On top of that, he came from a demon family, right? And he is so dedicated to holy name that he could, and he was very polite, right? He never rebelled against his father. He was very polite, always with his father. Father was very impolite and rude to him, but he was never impolite to his father. He will always nicely try to explain him, but the truth. But he actually, Prahlad Maharaj is is the epitome of a preacher. We will have to face a lot of demoniac people, but we should always be polite. Should never get angry at them. Right? I was just reflecting on that one, and that first verse. I was just when you were explaining that, I was thinking that it sort of summarizes the Prahlad's personality. That that is the main problem we have. All those lusts, we have the 6 enemies. That's the main problem we have.
Wow, thank you for that nice reflection. Yeah, actually there is a lot of parallels between Prahlad Maharaj praise and Bhaktivinoda Thakur's. And thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Okay, so it is already 8:32. I don't know if anyone else has any comments. I will check one more time.
Prabhu, can I tell something? This is Dhanalakshmi.
Please go ahead.
Kameshwari Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji, very nice lecture you gave. Like great devotees like Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he tells, right, the cloud, the Nrsimha Swami is coming through the cloud to the Yoga Peeth. That is very good reflection, Mataji. Like Uttama Adhikaris and great devotees, from them, they have different view. They can understand where the Krishna is, how he is reacting. He's reflecting from greater devotees. We will get to know more about Krishna.
Yes. Very true. Yeah. The heart is. Of course, Vaisheshika Prabhu was mentioning about this, how Nrsimhadev comes. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is, seeing a cloud, dust of cloud, a cloud of dust, or a cloud is coming from Nrsimhapalli to Maharaj. Vaisheshika Prabhu actually explained this point. Yeah, he's the one who found it out. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. And because it's over time, I thank all the devotees who have assembled here, and thank you, Jose Prabhu, Dhanalakshmi Mataji, and Yugal Prabhu, and thank you, Ashray Madhav Prabhu, for bearing with me and joining today. And please forgive if I have made any mistakes. I'm very grateful for this opportunity for the service today. Hare Krishna. We can do Vachakalpa now.
Yes.
Pancha Katpatarpobhyascha Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki Jai.
Kameshwari Mataji ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.